Slipknot albums ranked, including the end so far. Maggots are angry, so remember, surrender. Give me a minute and I'll change your mind. Is that good? Okay, please be mean in the comment section. It's okay. We're all maggots here. It's okay. I can handle it. We're starting with the worst and working our way up to the best. And I have to say, I enjoy all Slipknot albums, okay? So I don't really have any that I hate. I know a lot of people hate The Gray Chapter. People hate We Are Not Your Kind. And this new album is making people freak out. I like all the Slipknot albums, okay? So none of these are bad. Whew, okay, take a deep breath. This is going to get intense. The Debut is my least favorite Slipknot album. I did the math, okay? I'm not doing this to get attention, but it's just percentage-wise. I like 6 out of the 15 tracks on Slipknot's Debut. You know, but you know what they say? The one that kills the least still kills us all. So this one's still pretty good. You know what I'm saying? This is a great record, but not every song is perfect. The first 5 tracks are perfect. And then Scissors is perfect near the back end of the record. Those songs pound in my soul. Just pounded into oblivion. But the rest of the album is diluted. Did you catch those 2 Slipknot references? They were pretty obvious if you were quick enough. The Debut has 6 perfect tracks out of 15. And then kind of a mixed bag of noises that I can take or leave. And this is how much I like Slipknot. My second least favorite Slipknot album, I thought it could have possibly been my number 1 choice, Iowa. And again, it's just down to the percentages. I like 8 tracks out of the 14. This is one of my most played albums in high school. It's brutal and vicious. And it's very much like the Debut in that it kind of devolves into less interesting musical territory after Heretic Anthem. Left Behind and Metabolic are the only demons kind of worth bumping into and exercising after that point in the record. Also, if I'm hanging out in Iowa, Skin Ticket is okay as well, but I'm not revisiting it a whole lot these days either. Iowa is a fierce little goat, and it's got 8 God tier tracks on it out of the 14. The energy on this one is just truly something evil to behold. Something good to behold within your ear holes. Where am I going with this? Do not be disheartened, fellow maggots, because I do have a stack of CDs here, and we can look at these. So, the next one, coming in just above Iowa and the Debut, believe it or not, is going to be, I've still got the hype sticker on here, We Are Not Your Kind. And while I do rank We Are Not Your Kind higher than Iowa and the Debut, I do have some criticisms of this darling. Do you guys get that? That is a Slipknot joke. There's a solid core to We Are Not Your Kind, but there's feathers and beaks in the way. It's just so much, it annoys me. We Are Not Your Kind could have been way higher on my list of Slipknot albums, but this one's just got, there's at least a dozen minutes of bullcrap on We Are Not Your Kind. This album could have been cut down, probably 20 minutes. Not one of these interludes were My Pain. Now, I know what My Pain is about. I get it, but the song stinks. My Pain is aptly titled because it sure is painful to listen to and not in a good way. Okay. Cut off, insert coin, Death Because of Death. What's Next, My Pain, and trim the other tracks down by 30 seconds or more. It still stacks up pretty high for me because we've got 10 out of the 14 tracks that are just perfect. I'm in dedicated relationships with these 10 songs. Me and Liar, for instance. She tells me all the time how much hair I have on my head and how she'll stick around forever. You know, everyone tells the truth when they say forever. Everyone else will understand Forever and ever, amen. Wait, that's not Slipknot. Where the heck? Which? Okay, I don't have this one on CD yet, or vinyl yet. There's too many options to choose from, because coming up next in my ranking of Slipknot albums is the new one, The End. For the negative twos in me, I don't appreciate Acidic or Medicine for the Dead, and all you guys are just, wow, you guys are just loving those. I want to keep skipping those to hear more of Hive Mind or Decide, because I'm playing those two on repeat for just eternity. Dying Song's Ending is another musical gold nugget for me. I can't get enough of it. I love it. Overall, The End so far is just one heavy album. I don't know what you maggots are complaining about. Just skip Adderall and you've got Iowa Part 2 or whatever you want. Or just go listen to Iowa. Iowa's pretty freaking good. There's a lot of variety here on The End so far, with a mix of nostalgia for old Slipknot and new sounds that the band are exploring. Corey Taylor isn't afraid to peel the mask back a bit for some Stone Sour style singing, and I'm okay with that too. Slipknot are capable of feeling things other than aggregate aggression and anguish, and I look forward to the day when we can get a happy Slipknot album with banjos and pop synthesizer tunes and the baseball bats as well. You think I'm kidding, but I'm just cringe. Where the poop crap is it? My third favorite Slipknot album, it's kind of fitting actually, Vol 3, the Subliminal Verses. See what it smells like. Okay, there we go. So Volume 3 was my favorite Slipknot album for years when it came out and, afterwards. While its magic and polish has faded a bit since 2004 and the passage of time, there's still not really any bad songs on here. There's maybe two that I skipped towards the back of the record, but I could rock this entire album back to front and not be tortured by anything too miserable. This was a bold step forward from the two first records from the band, and I still get a lot of great listens out of Volume 3. It's a true classic, in my opinion, from one of my favorite bands. The two that I really kind of skip most of the time with the Subliminal Verses are the last two, The Virus of Life and Danger Keep Away. All told, Volume 3, the Subliminal Verses, has 12 songs out of 14 that I kind of feel a little bit of kind of like a Vermilion over. Oh yeah, blushing. Yeah. Vermilion's like a red color. Now we are at my top 2 Slipknot albums. You may have seen it. I absolutely love the packaging with this one. I love this era of the band. And I just have such an emotional and just a really great story to go along with this next Slipknot album. This is my second favorite Slipknot album. The Gray Chapter, 0.5. Everybody hates on this record, but in 2014, this was the main album that helped me defeat cancer. Helped me defeat testicular cancer. So I've got to give credit where credit is due. Did this album save my life? Well, it fought beside me and a team of doctors and family members and friends. So yes, The Gray Chapter saved my life. I remember screaming and dancing to this record when I was too sick to eat or stand. And while I do skip over Latch and Be Prepared for H377, they warned us about that song in advance. You guys weren't ready for H377 because you guys are just really loving that one. The Gray Chapter is a near perfect record for me. Sarcastrophophory, and AOV and Skeptic are some of my favorite songs, period, in life? Will you come testify in the court of myopic opinion, or will you settle for oblivion? I think that is my all-time favorite Slipknot lyric. I'm going to try to do a Corey Taylor vocal style. Buddy, are you ready for this? Close your chihuahua ears. This is going to hurt. Okay, Corey Taylor vocals. Or will you settle for oblivion? Put your hands into the water. Let your mouth go sick and dry. Let your life into a death now. Let them sing until we die. Oh, that felt pretty good. Where were we at? You guys have to tell me your number one Slipknot album because the fandom is divided. And Corey Taylor wants us to get all along. He wants us all to get along. We're family. We're family. You're Breaking Bad. We're family. But now we got to shut the bleep up for a minute because we're on to my number one Slipknot album. Oh man, sarcastrophy. I should probably figure out how to pronounce that one because I think that's my favorite Slipknot song ever. So yeah, great chapter, just really emotionally relevant personally, and my battle with cancer, which was horrific flashbacks to 2014. But that album, okay, number one Slipknot album. What is that? What is that? Oh, it's a thorn. Roadrunner Records sucks now, apparently. We can add it to the list of the likes of Curb Records. Ooh, this is a nice looking... I just like everything about this record. It is near perfect. And for me, I think it's the perfect Slipknot record. Just, oh man, it looks so nice. And the weird thing is, the band have criticized this one, which Slipknot have kind of criticized all their records after Iowa, right? I don't know. That's unfortunate, but there's something evil going on in the clouds, I guess. This is my favorite Slipknot album of all time. 11 out of 12, making this near perfect. We'll get into which one is not an ideal song, but it's still pretty good. This feels like the most cohesive Slipknot record to me, and the only weak link in the bunch, which I was referring to, is the Butcher's hook, which isn't terrible, but ironically, it has no hook that can catch me anyway. It feels filthy like the best parts of the Marilyn Manson catalog, and yet slick and musically challenging all at once. Both the soft white underbelly of Slipknot are showcased here to their fullest ability. The flavor of this album is a burnt copper taste in my mouth, ugh, which on my tongue reminds me of Iowa in some ways, when Iowa's in my mouth, and like a bloody green bodysuit in others. Life is just a killing field, and we will burn your cities down.